Welcome back to episode 4 of a super conversation about the Superman franchise. I'm Korbin Zvokel,
And I'm Jackson Mahuron.
and today we are talking very fast, very quickly about Supergirl. We're
hmm
taking a little detour because technically it is in the universe of the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Um, and this happened right after Superman 3, the Salkinds made Supergirl 1984. We got 10 minutes on the clock. Let's do it, Jackson. Can't remember. Had you seen this one before?
This is a brand new watch for me, one of the rare superhero movies that I've never gotten around to. I think there's a reason. You know, I wanted to like this as we decided to throw this in because, the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie has been greenlit and cast and is in production by
Craig
this point, I
Gillespie
think,
directing.
maybe. Yeah, which is pretty exciting. Like I read the comic, it's super great, like very badass, like woman trekking across the galaxy for revenge. Very like Lord of the Rings kind of epic story, whereas like usually her stuff is kind of more sci-fi. So like a fun spin on this. And this is definitely more sci-fi. This movie feels very B movie, very like campy. It opens in like a kind of an interesting location in Argo City, which is like one of the many retconned origins of Supergirl from time to time. It's fine. Peter O'Toole's there. He plays a guy named Zaltar, and
I wanted to
he's
talk about
also
this.
just a guy. I don't know.
It does something very similar, I think, to the first Superman movie, the Christopher Reeve one, where they had Marlon
hmm
Brando and Gene Hackman as kind of like these
Yeah.
two famous actors to come in and beef up the franchise behind you, maybe a more unknown. So in this, of course, you get Faye Dunaway
hmm
and Peter O'Toole is kind of Peter O'Toole, I guess, is the Marlon Brando role in this case.
Both Razzie nominated this year for these for their performances. Maybe not undeserved, I would
Yeah,
say.
Peter
Um,
O'Toole. He was giving me a bad Willem Dafoe. I'm not sure what was going on there,
yeah.
and his whole section of the movie, just like you said, as an opening, as a retconning of her origin story, doesn't isn't very interesting. Also, like I find like the setting a little bit confusing and hard to grasp. Of just like this universe where Superman exists and she knows about him, but does Superman know about her? And like, have they met? And like, what's the
They
vibe?
definitely
How did
haven't they definitely haven't met. It's so weird. So like in the comics, she like knows her little cousin has been sent off and she is sort of sent off to kind of protect him also.
and we
And
should
kind
say
of look out
Christopher
for him and
Reeve
go.
did not want to be in this movie.
He was set to do a cameo and then he was like, "Nah, like I'm
I'm
not
out.
doing that." Which I get. So they have like a radio uh like tell us that Superman's off world and that
He's like a
uh
hundred
we
trillion
we
light years away.
super far away. They never address it in the next one either. And then there's like a poster of him also. Those are like the only two references. And then of course Jimmy Olsen shows up
You've
later
got the
and then Lucy
character.
Lane. Yeah.
Yes,
hmm
familial connections
Um
abound.
Yeah. So normally it's supposed to be kind of like this interesting, like she is going to Earth looking to like give guidance to a young Kal-El, and then juxtaposed with, oh, he's way older than me now, and actually I'm the one who needs the mentorship. It works really well, at least on first go, to have some sort of interaction between the two of them. So to not have him appear in the movie at all, really interesting choice. I think it goes counterintuitive to what they wanted. And it sucks because like Supergirl, especially at the time of this movie, is this badass character, and here she is very much like just something to look at a lot of times. Like obviously
Yeah,
she's
she's just
badass, but
floating
like her
around. Like
first
I like the flying and I think it looks great, but that's
Mhm.
really all she's doing is just like doing
And she's
acrobatics in
so
its
fish out of
universe.
water. Yeah, like she has like almost no agency. She's very ditzy. There's like a love potion aspect of this story where this random groundskeeper at this school. Also, she enrolls in a school just randomly. Coincidentally, is Lucy Lane's roommate, who is so closeted. It's insane. Like that is like
Well, that's the thing. This
the
is very much the 80s of like, we need a dude in this movie or this shit's gonna get
yeah.
too gay for us. So they're like,
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
got to
yeah,
have a
yeah.
love interest and we've got to have like a weird love potion mix up. In the end, he
Hmm.
calls her kiddo, which is so weird. And I
He is an adult man and
cut the
she seems
character
to
out.
be younger.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't,
Really
what
gross. And
age is
she's
she?
like
She's an
also in love
alien.
with
I don't
him.
know.
Yeah, exactly. But like but she's into him and it's like why? Like he's really
Well,
weird
and that's
and
also like, let's talk about this movie. Kind of lacks conflict between the
mhm.
Selena, the villain of this movie, and Supergirl. Obviously Selena has the MacGuffin device or whatever that Supergirl's looking
The
for.
Omega Hedron.
Thank you. But even that is like
You're welcome.
not really dwelled upon that much until the, like, it gives her powers, of course, but this guy is almost the real conflict. It's like supposed to be, like you said, a love triangle, and that fails
Hmm.
spectacularly.
Yeah, it's really stupid. Some positives about this though. I do we talked about the wire work. It looks really good at times. Like
The
she's like
best.
very yeah, she's like very elegant in the air, kind of doing twists and tumbles and stuff. And at times you can see it, like in the wire work isn't great, but when it's like when they nail it, they really nail it in this. There's
And we
specifically a
did
shot when I'm
watch
thinking of
the international cut, which I think like that opening sequence of her flying around in the water is added
mhm.
for that on HBO
Yeah, the
Max, but
default
I don't
cut
mind
of
it.
this movie is the 30-minute longer version
Two
of this, which
hours.
is
Yeah.
yeah, it's a long one. And not a lot happens in this, but you know, yeah, there's that cool scene where she flies down into the like metal industrial tube and then comes out like just in her like casual clothes, which is pretty fun. And yeah, and her and Lucy Lane I think have a lot of fun dynamic. But yeah, like the fact that like she knows who Clark Kent is and like tries to be like, "Oh, I'm Clark's cousin." And like she's like, "No way, like I know who that is too." She also gives her alter ego name after
Robert E.
Robert E.
Lee.
Lee after she looks around and she's like, "Oh, I'm Linda Lee." Ridiculous. Hate that.
Is that comics or is that just,
I will say I do not know because she is almost always just Supergirl in the comics that
yeah.
I've read. So like she just refers to herself as Kara, and in the cartoon also she referred to herself as Kara, even if she was in her like casual name and stuff. So like that was like a big shock for me actually, and it really did not work.
Yeah. I did not like the Robert Lee. You just don't need to write that into your movie.
No, it's so
You don't need to make
ridiculous, so
Supergirl that.
crazy.
The connections in terms to the Superman franchise, obviously, we also have the Phantom Zone, which is used here. We get to see her
Hmm.
go to the Phantom Zone. It's okay. It's just like
She's
VFX
like
and
magically
nonsense.
teleported there. It's
And then she
whatever.
just escapes, like, and Peter O'Toole has to die
Like
for her to get out.
yeah, they
It's
go
a
through the
second act
vortex or
nonsense.
whatever. Yeah.
I do like the final confrontation, even if Selena is like kind of a random witch lady who like doesn't like make any sense to be in the movie. I like the shadow monster. That's a cool
Hmm.
effect.
Cool practical effect for sure.
Power of the
Um,
shadow up here.
it's
He
so
goes
weird
for
to
it.
make her a witch, but not a good, like she's a witch without powers, but finds the Omega Hedron, which is like a thing that can make synthetic life that like the people are using in Argo City. It
But
gets
also
lost
like
and sent
her
to Earth, which is
coven
why
powers work with this alien device. Like I just don't get it.
I don't either.
And there's, how
It's
many
a whole
witches are
mess.
there? Because it's like the guy is teaching her how to
Just
be a
her and
witch.
her friend. And then so Nigel is a warlock, and man, maybe the most annoying character to date in this
He's like a bad
franchise.
Alan
I really
Rickman
hate him.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, just really, really unlikable. And doesn't work for me at all.
Terrible
And he
teacher.
keeps coming back, and every time I see him, yeah. And he coincidentally is the math teacher of this boarding school, also. Like the connections are so kismet. It's crazy. And also this takes place in like the Chicago area, it seems.
Yeah, a lot of Illinois
There's
stuff.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. I feel nothing towards it. The Popeyes ad placement is like actually insane.
Great
Her
background.
just posed up in front of it, super fun. Yeah, I feel like I don't have that much to say about this.
There's the big like backhoe excavator scene, which is kind of frightening, I guess. I kind of like that,
Yeah,
where it like
hmm
picks up. Yeah, a runaway excavator through town. Supergirl's
Yeah,
costume.
it's very much, I guess, towards the last one of Superman 3 where like everything goes wrong in the first bit, like kind of reminiscent of that. And they do end up doing a lot of stunts with that sequence. It just feels like a disaster movie versus like a comic book superhero. I don't know. Just not really my thing personally. Um,
It exists in
man,
this weird place where because it actually doesn't have any connection to the movie and then goes unacknowledged and was a failure. It is a strange relic. I'm glad we got to experience it as the clock winds down
totally.
here. Any final thoughts? Demi Moore, Brooke
No.
Shields tested for the role.
Oh yeah, they
There
avoided
you
it.
go.
I'll say that. They dodged a bullet.
Timer's going off. That is Supergirl.
Amazing.